Comfortable? We're going to begin this evening on page 24 in our prayer books with Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone, those who are joining us in person in the chapel. A special Shabbat Shalom to all those who are joining us at home or wherever you may be, together, part of our big Bnai Jeshurun community, wherever we are. We begin to light our Shabbat candles. On Shabbat, we pause. We end our week with a break between the chaos, a chance to breathe in the calm, discovering a sense of rest, acknowledging how we have grown and mourning what we have lost. On Shabbat, we gather. We exhale together, taking a collective moment as one community, finding comfort and joy embraced by this sacred congregation. On Shabbat, we wonder. We explore the mystery of creation, taking stock of how we engage with the awe-inspiring beauty of our world. We welcome Shabbat, a sanctuary in time, a time to pause, a time to gather, and a time to wonder. And we begin, or continue, by bringing in the light of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Continuing with Kabbalat Shabbat, the receiving of Shabbat and the welcoming of Shabbat into our midst, we turn to page 12 for Lechu Nirana, which invites us to sing joyously to God. And during this week that, if you're like me, you've been sort of avoiding the news and the health reports and hoping that things are going to continue to be better, but a little cautious optimism, and a little concern too. This Shabbat can be a gift for all of us, a balm for our souls, perhaps. And Kabbalat Shabbat really invites us to lift our voices, to allow our breath to move, to restore us. And so I welcome you to join us in singing this melody. Lechu Neranana, page 12. Let us sing unto God a new song. Let us sing unto God a new song. Yai lai la lai lai la lai lai lai. Yai lai la lai 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 lai. Yai lai la lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Let's try that nigun again together. Yai lai la lai 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 lai. Yai lai la lai 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 lai. Yai lai la lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Lechu Nekad mafanav letoda Bizmirot nari alo Bizmirot nari alo. Sing unto God. Let us sing unto God. Sing unto God a new song. To God a new song. Yai la lai. Yai lai la lai 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 yai lai lai. Yai lai la lai 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 lai. Yai lai la lai 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 yai lai lai lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Yai lai 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 lai. Continuing on page 20, Lechadodi. Lechadodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat, nekabela. Lechadodi, likrat kala, Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, hishmiyanu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, v'shemo tiferet v'litila. Lechadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor ha'veracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh v'machshavas chila. Lechadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, hitoreri, ki va'orech kumi ori, uri, uri, shir daberi, k'vod Adonai alayich nigla. Lechadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, penei Shabbat גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמונם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Turning ahead in our prayer books, page 146, having warmed up our voices and spirits, I invite you to rise for the Baruch Hu, page 146.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed.
Page 147, we join together in the Hebrew. The transliteration can be found alongside. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, v'chochma poteach sha'arim, u'bitvuna mishane itim, u'machalif et hazmanim, u'misader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem barakir kirtzono, borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or.
ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב ערבים.
We are loved by an unending love. We are embraced by arms that find us, even when we are hidden from ourselves. We are counseled by voices that guide us, even when we are too embittered to hear. We are urged on by eyes that meet us, even when we are too weak for meeting. Embraced, touched, soothed, and counsel. Ours are the arms, the fingers, the voices. Ours are the hands, the eyes, the smiles. We are loved by an unending love.
Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha. Ve'hayu הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem Emet.
Page 151, we pray responsively in the English. We worship the power that unites the universe, a promise of harmony for all.
Yet that oneness eludes our grasp as imperfection and evil abound.
Before our eyes there is a vision of perfection, order, and goodness.
There is evil enough to break the heart, and there is good enough to exalt the soul.
When will redemption come?
When we grant everyone what we claim for ourselves.
Long ago we escaped the tyranny of Egypt. Our people saw the power of the Most High.
We learned God's presence redeems time and event, so we celebrate this power that makes for freedom. Ba'elim Adonai Chanedar B'Kodesh Michamocha Ba'elim Adonai Mikamo Chanedar B'Kodesh Nora Tehilot Vanecha rokei hayam lifnei Moshe ומרים זה אלינו Adonai et Yaakov וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל אמן.
On page 153, we find the Hashkivenu, a prayer that is said only at night, only in our evening service. You have to imagine for our ancestors how scary it must have been for them to not know when the darkness would come on. We know. It takes a long time to get dark these days. We lose a little bit of light each day. In the winter, it will be dark very early. So they wrote this prayer as a way to say to God, whenever it gets dark, and now we're not just talking about the light, but whenever it gets dark for us, to know that you're going to be with us. We don't have to do it alone. Hashkivenu, page 153.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let's do that again. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, Leshalom. Amidenu, Shomrenu Lechayim. Ufrosalenu, Sukat Shlomecha. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, Leshalom. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, Leshalom. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms.
We take this moment now to think of those in our own circles of family and community who might be in that darkness of illness, of suffering, of pain. And we pray for them with the words of our Mishaberach. Tonight we are thinking especially of Stanley Amsterdam and Cindy Baker, Lenny Delvento, Richard Falcon and Alan Tilley, Michael Jesser, Dorothy Cavellis and Margaret Larkin, Joanne Levine, Robbie Palermo and Sharon Tillis, Rosa Torres, Laura Vogel, Eliza Michal Bat Il, Rivka Bat Rachel, Shoshana Bat Sarah, and Braden Silver. To those names, anyone that you might be thinking of, feel free to share with us their name and, if you're so inclined, your relationship with that person so that we can pray for them together. Prayers for healing. Thank you. Audrey. Thank you. Patty. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Judy. Thank you. Bonnie. Thank you. If you're joining us at home, you can feel free to say someone's name aloud or even type into the chat of where you're watching, knowing that we are praying for all of those we've mentioned and for people everywhere. Baruch atah Adonai Rofei HaCholim. We praise you, Adonai, our God. We call you the healer of the sick. We join in the words of the Mishaberach together.
Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say,
Page 155, we rise for the blessings of the Amidah.
Adonai, sefatai tiftach ufi agid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Velohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imachot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei HaKol, Atah Rav Le'oshia, Mekel Chaim B'Chesed, Mechayei HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofeh Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit, Umechaye, Umayach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Atah L'Hachayot HaKol, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechayei HaKol. Atah Kadosh v'Shimcha Kadosh, U'Kadoshim v'Chol Yom Yahalelucha Selah. Baruch Atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
Page 164, we continue with words of comfort, especially during these weeks, which seem so not peaceful, that we might need that peace most of all. And so that's why we pray for a Shalom Rav, truly a big peace. We can't say it any more clear than that, God. We need that sense of peace always. We especially need it now. Page 164.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon, lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon, lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. V'tov be'einecha levarech et את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
Beautifully sung by a new voice and a new face to our team. So I'll take this moment to introduce Gabe Snyder, who is our cantorial intern joining us this year. He actually technically starts in September, and you will see him, but he's getting a chance to spend some time with us. And so, Gabe, welcome to Bnai Jeshurun. And as you stand here with two former interns, we remember perhaps the nervousness with which that first song came or that first sermon came. But we're really happy to have you with us, and that you get to be part of our team. So welcome, and to everyone who's here, Gabe will of course be here, and then afterwards at Oneg for you to get to greet him and welcome him to our community.
Thank you so much.
With that, we take a few moments. As Cantor Fishbein said, the week felt a little bit disruptive in terms of the number of things we could be focused on. It's one of those weeks where there were so many things to think about, and it can feel a little overwhelming to try and feel like you have to know everything or talk about everything or have thoughts and opinions about everything. And it feels really good to come to a place where there's no expectation for anything to be right or anything to be settled, but just to get to be. So this is our moment to be in this space, to look at not the world that we have made, but the world that God has made, and to spend a few moments, perhaps not so much in our heads, but closer to our hearts. So we take a few moments to pray in silence.
quiet heart, Holy One, give me a quiet heart. Elohai Nitzor Lishonim era Usfatayim medaber mirma Elohai Nitzor Lishonim era Usfatayim medaber mirma Holy One, give me a quiet heart. Holy One, give me רצון עם רפי והגיון ליבי לפניך אדוני צורי צורי וגואלי אדוני צורי וגואלי Holy One, give me a quiet heart. Holy One, give me a quiet heart. Holy One, give me a quiet heart. Holy One, give me a quiet heart.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Along with the summer, which brings us long days, warm weather, vacation, and travel, we are also in the height of wedding season. This season begins Memorial Day weekend, when the extra day allows for travel to faraway places and extends through Labor Day, when couples sneak their nuptials in before the start of the school year. June was thought to be the most popular month to get married. Perhaps it was because it was named for the Roman goddess Juno, who represented femininity, vitality, and fertility. But nowadays, each of the 3 summer months is prime wedding season. Just ask Cantor Fishbein or myself, who got married in different years, but in the same week in August. American time prescribes certain moments as appropriate for public love. One's wedding or honeymoon, the yearly anniversary, and Valentine's Day. These days have their rhythm: flowers or candy, a heartfelt note in an overpriced card, and a social media display of affection. Now, I've been thinking about this not only because my first anniversary is coming up in a couple of weeks, but also because I have been performing a lot of weddings. But unlike my yearly schedule of summer ceremonies, these weddings have special significance. They are almost all rescheduled, at least once, some of them twice, since their original 2020 dates, and have been reimagined dozens of times as COVID protocols have waxed and waned. None of these weddings were what the couple had initially imagined. Most were smaller and had less of the fanfare and frivolity than they had dreamed. For some couples, the pandemic escalated their desire to legally or religiously join their lives together, so they opted for small ceremonies in backyards or on the TBJ Bima. Most of the time, someone really important was missing due to safety or travel precautions. Others chose a small ceremony now to be followed by a larger gathering in the future. And most recently, I have stood with couples under the chuppah who have waited 12, 14, 16, and now even 18 months to exchange vows, rings, and make it official. New York Times wedding columnist Danielle Braff wrote back in February that, like other stressful times in history, marriage rates have increased during the pandemic. Following South Carolina's Hurricane Hugo, marriage rates increased in the areas affected by the hurricane. After the 9/11 attacks, marriage rates didn't go up, but divorce rates fell 32% the following year. And the pandemic was no different. According to an October Brides Magazine survey of 4,000 engaged couples, 82% said that living through the pandemic had made them even more eager to get married so they could weather this and other storms together. 55% that the pandemic changed their expectation for marriage and they're prioritizing their relationship above anything else. So what is it with all the love and marriage talk in our service? You've heard it in our prayers and in our songs. Well, tonight begins Tu B'Av, the 15th day of this Hebrew month of Av, which is both an ancient and modern holiday. In the Second Temple period, the century immediately preceding the fall of the temple in 70 CE, it served as an opportunity for us to take our prayer books inside. Is it raining? It is raining. I'm going to invite us to take our prayer books, and I'm going to join you in the chapel in just a moment.
I can't wait to hear the rest of your sermon, Rabbi Karen. Let's go to the chapel.
Right on cue, everyone. We'll see you right inside in just a moment.
This has only happened once before.
Folks at home, stick with us. We'll be in a moment. Hey, Gabe, you want to grab this Kiddush stuff? Or actually, you know what? Why don't you grab this for me?
Mark, come here for one sec. Yes, yes, sorry. Thank you, yes.
Should have been more clear on that. I was offering to help.